Okay, the meeting of the Park Board of the City of Connersville, Indiana is now in session. Vane, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Kate, will you do the roll call, please?
Harold Gordon,
Here.
Ann Kirschner,
Here.
Carrie Pfeiffer,
Here.
Amy Hammonds,
Here.
Scott Kiefaber,
Here.
Vane Lashua.
Here.
All right. Everybody's here tonight. Awesome.
It's raining.
Yeah.
And stuff got canceled. Football got canceled and football.
All right.
Flag football.
Reading of the minutes, any additions or corrections from last month's meeting? I didn't see anything that needed corrected. Okay, I need a motion to accept the minutes as they are.
I move we accept the minutes.
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, minutes are good. Okay, let's move on to new business. We don't have a whole lot of new business, so guess what, Dennis, you're up.
Sports, we finished up with all the drafts and everything for baseball and softball and t-ball, which we are looking at. T-ball has 175 kids,
Really?
baseball has 108 kids, and softball has 97 kids. Maybe up or down, somewhere between 5 and 10 kids is about the difference between last year and this year.
Okay, still, it's, the T-ball's really good.
Yeah, and it usually stays that way. There's normally 170 to 200 on T-ball every year.
Well, good, good. How's soccer going?
Soccer's got about three to 4 weeks left, and it seems to be doing pretty good. Haven't had a lot of good weather to play in yet.
It's
One day
coming.
This past Saturday was the one good one.
Good.
Had to be in the 80s.
Yep, that's right.
Dennis, could you put dates on this, or a date?
May 7th.
What is that,
The schedule for
the
T-ball? This is this
May-
regular schedule, but maybe,
It's May the 7th, is that on there?
No.
I think it is, but
I
it,
think it got blacked out.
yeah, it got blacked out up the top.
Well, that is, opening day is May the 7th.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the parade. We want everybody to try to line up between 1 and 1:30, and the parade is going to go at 2, right down to the ball field. Then we're looking at having this ceremony down there, and the 2 baseball leagues will play on that day. And when they're done at dusk, we're showing the movie. I believe is A League of Their Own, is that right?
Yep.
oh, here we go.
The parade route.
Can you see that?
Also a busy day, that's the day of the
That's
Kiwanis.
night vision.
Pancake breakfast in the morning also, and it's also the prom.
And there's a derby.
Huh?
There's a derby.
There's a derby that day too.
In Kentucky, in Louisville, yes.
No, here, at the park.
Oh, really? Cool.
So that is one big day.
Yeah. So,
Well, people's got something to do this week, then that week, so.
Yeah.
Where is the route?
Hopefully the weather will cooperate.
So we start at.
yeah, I couldn't tell your math.
So we did change it a little bit from last year. So we start at the same spot at 5th and Central. And then we're just gonna go north to 6th Street. And then we're gonna go east down into the park from there. So instead of cutting over to Eastern and over to Charles Street, we're just gonna make it more of a straight shot.
It's probably a good move.
So they'll actually be walking down 6th Street Hill this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they'll have to walk around the,
Right.
The
Through the
way
park.
we used to do it,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we used to.
I've been in it both ways, so. Doesn't,
It's shorter that way.
Yeah. It should be a fun day though.
Okay,
That's about it.
that's it?
Yep.
All right. Let's move on to Catherine, what you've got for us.
Well, I finally finished our goals for the year. So I have those included. I broke them out into facilities, administration, and sports and programming. So just to hit a couple highlights that are on our work list now. Let's see. Well, I'll tell you about the pool in a second. Right now, we're working on the roof on the police building. And Harold, I need a key to that building. I don't know why we don't have one, but the door that was...
There's one for you. I'll make sure you
Yeah,
get
the door that was put on by the volunteers, we did not get a key.
Okay.
So,
I'll have them get you one.
but we're getting some quotes on having that roof replaced. I forget what month it was, the storm that came through did a lot of damage to that roof. So we're working on that. The mulch is here for Kittyland. And our tractor is finally back as of this morning. So our brand new tractor ended up back at the manufacturer because it was leaking hydraulic fuel. And then when they fixed that, they found something else wrong with it. So we just now have it back. So they will be moving mulch this week. And then the cracks at the tennis court, Adam Hoskins with his paving company is going to come out and start working on those. We do have the plants. We got them today for the landscaping on the north side of the pool. So that's going to look a lot nicer this summer. So we've already got a fairly good start on the facility goals at Roberts Park. At Offutt's, we already, I've talked with the foundation, gotten permission at the Board of Works that we will be moving that shed. We are giving it to Gabe Nobby's ag class, so that's going to get moved. We're started on that. I'd really like to focus on smallies this year, clearing out those trails. Second Street had a great meeting the week ago, Thursday. The architect was here in town, and the gentlemen that are donating their labor, Alex Hudson and Paul Martin, both came, and very confident we're going to come in under budget. So when I looked at our spreadsheet right before that meeting, we were at just under $300,000 in funds raised. So we raised $299,900 something. So just under $300,000. So yeah, that is moving along. Still waiting on the core samples to get going. The company is just busy, and we're not on the top of their list. So, and then I am just needing some insurance documentation from the contractors, Alex and Paul, and then we'll get moving on that part. But I don't know any reason why it wouldn't be done by fall and under budget. So that's really exciting.
Good.
Or at budget, I should say, because we'll do as much as we possibly can do with every dollar. But Babe Ruth is ready for opening day. I would like to get some more milling spread down there. I know when you come down Charles Street, there's really annoying potholes right there. So would like to get to that before May 7th. We did end up switching the fields at soccer, right?
Yes.
We switched. The younger kids are now in the back. The older kids are in the front. We did, now that our tractor's back, we'll be doing a little more fine tuning to the parking lot. We just haven't been able to do it because we haven't had our tractor.
On that, with the parking at soccer, I drive by and I see them there. They're pulling in and they're backing into that field that's not owned by the park.
Right.
Any way we can get that?
I don't, short of a diagram
Right.
on how to park, I don't.
I understand that. I get that.
You're
but
supposed
my
to park
concern-
on the north and south
Right.
sides and use the middle as your back around.
Right. And my concern is once he gets in and tills the field, plants it, they're gonna be backing into whatever he's got planted there and pulling out and tearing stuff up.
Oh, no,
And-
they
It kind of ends then.
I thought that there
the
was
season,
a
so it,
rope there.
they're
There
well, not
was.
there.
There was.
There
Yeah.
was.
It
Oh,
was,
that's
what
what it
happened
was.
to it?
I don't know, I thought last time I was there, it was still there.
There's
It's
no
not-
rope.
not
They took
anymore.
it down.
Not on
Yeah,
that side.
On that far end, there's
Not
no
on
the-
rope through the pole.
Not on the
No.
north side.
Well, I know soccer ends at that point in time.
Yeah.
Pretty close
Two
to
more
that,
weekends,
but
yeah.
it's still,
Yeah,
I also had some people that wanted to know why we moved the little kids' fields the farthest away from the bathrooms.
For the
Because
safety, so
there's
they don't
more
get run over in the
parking.
road?
I mean,
It actually, I mean,
again,
I'm
we have
there,
a walking issue. We don't have a parking issue. We have a walking
Yeah.
issue.
the majority of people seem to like it. I'm there every
Yeah.
Saturday for at least 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it seems to be, I mean, everybody likes it. Keep in mind,
Safety.
not everybody likes change.
Right.
So that's what you're gonna have
Well,
that happen.
There's still problems in the back too, but it's also, I kind of think it's better to have it back there off the road
Than
than
the
it is
problems up
way up
front.
here off. Because then
Yeah.
the police are getting calls from across the street all the
Yeah.
time when they're parked on Memorial Park
On
Road.
highway.
Yeah.
And then they still park up and down that's probably the biggest problem. Is when you first pull in there, that one lane that goes to the back, there is no parking in that lane.
And they're still
And they're
parking.
still, they're lining up from front to the back.
Yeah.
parking there.
We
And
should-
that
Unless you're
is
out there
one lane, period.
policing, unless you're
Yeah,
out
you're
there
not gonna stop
policing
it.
on Saturday morning, it's not gonna happen, just like, you know, the dog issue this past Saturday. You know, unless you go up and tell every single person that has it, it's not going to probably end. People don't look at signs, people don't listen, and they do what they wanna do,
Well, I got a call
unfortunately.
from a police officer on opening day. I think Dennis got one too. And what am I going to do about people parking on the highway? I said, give them a ticket. You're the police. You know, I can't, as
Monitor.
the park person, give them any kind of
Exactly.
consequence, you know?
yeah,
So I don't know. I mean, short of ticketing people,
which the park
we
can't do.
provided more parking.
Right.
It just, I don't know. It's frustrating.
I don't know, overall, I think it's turned out really well. I mean, I think
Yeah,
it's,
I think
the
it
parking
is. I
back
think it
there.
is.
And maybe by fall it'll
It-
be more.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just letting the coaches know to tell their
Mhm.
families that maybe is, you know, the
Please
next
don't
best
park.
thing that we can do, because if people don't read signs,
Well, that's been done well, that is if the coaches are doing it.
yeah.
As
You can't
we've done
control
the
that.
past
Can't
2
make
years,
them.
is to let coaches know to let, they can send a message to all their parents to, please don't park here. And they're posted anyway.
Yeah.
That's the worst part is you really shouldn't even have to tell them. It's literally posted, but they just do it anyway.
Well, old habits die hard.
Yeah, people follow examples too, I'll just say that.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get us on a way off base on that,
Oh, it's okay.
but I felt like it gets a little out of hand at
I'm trying.
times. I know you are.
The fountain, we need to clean and seal that before we turn it on, so that's why the fountain is not turned on yet. But that's on our list of things to do.
Who's doing that?
We do,
We being,
the maintenance staff. We do, I've been talking with Scott Jones about the canoe launch, and I haven't been by yet this week. Last week, the river was way too high to do any kind of damage as far as spraying that off, so just waiting for the river to go down. But then you can just see the rest of the goals on there. If you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know. Programming, definitely want to continue with the programs we've had in the past, like Jack-a-Jaunt. Our movies in the park we'll do again May, June, and July. would like to do some more events on the trail. Our Christmas party, we do already have a sponsor. Hedro is sponsoring our Christmas party. I think we'll probably stick with the format we used this year. It worked out very well. And then if we have time and I can twist Kate's arm into jumping in here in something new already, I'd really like to try that fishing tournament out down at Smalley's for like Father's Day. So if anybody from the park board wants to help with that, let me know. But I tried not to make too many goals because it's already May basically. And then we talked a little bit last time about certifications and things like that. So I included those in our goals for the year. I'm eligible to start my park and recreational professional certification on May the 6th, so I plan on getting going on that. So yeah, as you take a closer look at the goals, just let me know if there was something that you were very passionate about that I didn't list or included that you think is totally crazy and you want it taken off. Another thing that's on our goal list that we've talked about for years is taking the park to a digital format instead of all of our paper. And the mayor has asked all the department heads to present software that would work for their department. So I am super excited for that. I know there are dozens of options for parks, so I've just started reaching out to just other superintendents I know and seeing what they're using. It is quite an investment, but it would ideally have a calendar feature where people could go online and instead of talking to her for 25 minutes and never choosing a building, they can go online and see what buildings are available, what days, what shelters are available, what everything costs from, down to the tablecloths, all those kinds of things, as well as allowing people to register online for sports. And when that sports deadline closes, it's just a matter of the software shutting off. So, it's just closed. You missed it. There's no people involved anymore. So that would be very nice. So yeah, there's lots. And then of course, when you do have a larger event and you're spending, if you rent the entire building for $700 and so forth, you can charge it on a credit card. You don't have to have cash or check, which that's a lot to come up with the cash or check. So hopefully we move forward with that fairly quickly. And then I'll just give you a quick update on the pool. Lots has happened since this report was due. Everything I listed under the pool update has been resolved, so we are just waiting on the liner to get started. We've also added in the back of the pool, there are pipes that come out of the filter and then go back into the building. And they have an elbow, they have a turn in them, and that turn has been, it's been tried to be fixed several times and it still continues to leak. So we're gonna go ahead and invest, it's just under $5,000 in having those pipes completely replaced by Spear. So there's 2 elbow joints that need to be fixed. With everything else we're doing for these leaks, it just seems like the right time to just go ahead and throw everything we have at this pool this year. I'm a little nervous because they aren't started on the liner yet, and we do have to pass a water test before the pool can open. So we have to get it filled and we have to get it balanced, and we have to pass a test, which can only happen on a Friday, and yada yada. So anyway, cross your fingers. But other than that, everything is looking up for the pool.
Once they start the liner, how long did they say it would
4
take?
weeks.
4 weeks?
And I said, gee,
Yeah, pushing it a little bit.
yeah, because it's it's April 25th.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, but that's all I have, other than to welcome Kate Walling. You might have noticed Mackenzie changed a little. But I wanted Kate to kind of introduce herself and just welcome her to her new position.
I'm very appreciative to get the opportunity to kind of work with everybody and put some of my ideas and stuff into the community. I'm very excited to be in the new role, and I'm also excited to see what I can do to make our community better. I'm very happy to have a part in it, so I appreciate the opportunity.
She made it through first stage just fine.
Yes.
She didn't walk out. So
Okay.
it's all good.
All right, now do we have to accept Kenzie's resignation, did she? And accept her as the new secretary, correct?
I
I
yeah.
don't know.
I mean, the timing really didn't work out for
No,
that, but
it
sure.
didn't, but yes,
Yeah, formality.
yeah, as a formality. When did Kenzie put that, her
Her
resignation?
last day was Friday, the 22nd.
Okay, so we have to all agree to her resignation and then agree to accept Kate as the new secretary, okay? All those in favor of Kenzie's resignation, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, so that's good. And then, all those in favor of accepting Kate as our new secretary, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Okay, it's all good.
Now we can holler at her.
Yes, now we can officially, now we can officially yell at it, okay?
Don't you dare. I scare them away, evidently. That's my job.
Well, never mind. All right, so let's move on to old business. We're not gonna discuss, the movies in the park this time around. But I did add in that we did present the Fair Board contract to the Fair Board. They did accept it as it was, so we did get an increase on paying for the electric. So, at this point in time, the contract is signed and sealed, and we are good to go with that. So that is good news. Helps out with the electric bill in the summertime. The other portion of old business is the pickleball. I had a sit-down talk with Terry Bryant, I believe it was, and we discussed different things, trying to come up with a way to, some kind of compromise to allow them to do what it is they're wanting to do. Unfortunately, I cannot figure out a way to get that done. Everything boils down to the style of what pickleball is, and that is drop in, play, pay, play, move on, okay? They can schedule it, and I don't see any problems with that. The problem is numbers, who shows up, how much is gonna get paid. It doesn't meet our fee schedule, and I'm looking for answers. I tried to fit it into maybe some kind of sports program that throw to Dennis, but they are not organized that way. So it does not fit what he does. So it really I can't even throw it in Dennis's lap. So, any other ideas?
What's the administration now? They collect the money when you get there,
Yeah.
and then he turns the money into to you.
He turns it into the park office. Okay, but see, they may show up on Tuesday morning and have the court, but they only have 6 people show up, so they have $18, and they don't want to go over that. That's the problem. They're not collecting enough money. Yeah, in the evenings when they play, they may collect enough money for the morning and the evening, but that's a different. So,
But it is. It's to me, it's almost like walking in the park. I go walking in the park and I don't pay $3.
Right.
But it's
But you don't
it's a
use-
recreational thing.
but it's a rented facility.
Except that it's Well, how do we,
He's talking about when they play in the gym.
In the gym.
oh,
Yeah,
in the
not
gym?
the-
Yeah.
Yes.
not the
Sorry.
Outside
courts.
doesn't
Yes,
matter.
not, outside, they don't have to pay anything, okay? The problem is if they come in to use the gym and they wanna do it at their rate, well, that's not fair to basketball.
Exactly.
It's not
Yes,
fair to
understand.
volleyball and all those people who want to use the gym. So
I'm sorry.
that's where I'm at an impasse.
They found another venue.
Well, and yeah, he had told me about that.
I have a friend that's on the town board in Laurel, and they found another venue, and apparently they're willing to do what they wanted. That organization is willing to let them do what they want to do. So I'm just
They're
wondering
not a
if how
city,
much.
yeah,
The
because
other
they're
nice.
not a city agency, so.
I'm just wondering at how much money we're going to lose as a result, how much rental money are we gonna lose as a result of that $20 an hour, how much over the course of the year by not, and I don't know how I'm with Scott, I'm not sure how we do it, but we also, that's revenue loss too. And I'm just curious to how much.
We can't even look at it that way because it's not fair to everybody else, but it would be
If
just
it
like.
doesn't follow the fee structure,
Right,
we
the fee
shouldn't be
structure.
collecting it.
Catherine gave the example last time of a parent renting out the gym for their, I think, one child to play basketball.
Yeah.
Now, if we did the same thing we were doing for pickleball, they would just pay $3 or
Right.
whatever their fee was. But that's not,
Yeah.
I mean, so you have to be fair. I mean, I understand completely. Yes, I feel bad for the people that, but again, they don't want to become organized.
Right.
They don't want to have a league like Dennis, possibly could do for them, like we do for all the other sports. So therefore, I mean, I don't think it leaves us any other option,
No,
in
it
my
doesn't.
opinion. And I mean, I think Scott's done everything he possibly can to try
And I
to,
think that's great that they're playing in Laurel,
Yeah.
because they are not regulated under ordinances, and I am. So if they found a place to be happy, that's great.
They're playing in the
And-
old Laurel gym.
Yeah, and they're not governed by ordinances, which is just what this boils down to.
How many days
Yeah.
a week did they play?
Oh, two or three mornings, yeah.
That's due to sometimes stuff going on in the gym. Because I'd say, if they could, there's a handful of them that would play just about every day.
Oh, yeah.
and when the season comes back outdoors, they play outdoors. So I mean, it's just, we're talking about the few months, winter months.
Right.
It's increasing every year, isn't it? In the winter months.
I think it's the fair
Snowed a
thing.
week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the soccer.
Yeah, and that's what I looked at, and that's what I tried to break it down to, is try to level the playing field for everybody. So, so at this point, unfortunately, I don't think we have any recourse. It's gonna have to stay the way it is. Unless somebody's got a brilliant plan, and I haven't got it yet. So, at this point, I think they have to fall into the rules that we've got in place.
How many people use that of a morning? Do we have very many that want to use it in the morning?
Well, that's not the only issue. It's an issue of having things set up and, no. But what it boils down to is it's a rented room. It has to follow rules for rental.
That's what I mean.
That they did not-
Maybe we can talk about
They're welcome to rent it anytime they
reschedule the
want.
morning one a little cheaper than we do the afternoon, because you don't have a lot. And that building is done by revenue. That's how you pay it, is with your revenue.
Then you would have to recommend a new fee structure and take it to city council. And I just think that would be a little cumbersome to have one rate in the morning and one rate in an afternoon, but
Because
that's
then
just
you're,
my opinion.
then you're gonna fall into situations like, for example, the Hope Center
Yeah,
rented.
if you have an all-day event, then
Then
how
how are you
much
gonna
do you
structure,
pay? And
yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to change
I
fee
really
structures
think
for
they're
a lot of
paying
different
more to
things,
drive
man.
to Laurel. I really,
So, that's the issue I see. Okay, yeah, we set it up for, the morning's gonna be cheaper because it doesn't get used as much. Well, all of a sudden, your mornings are gonna be full. They're gonna find that's what people are gonna do, especially during the summertime. Okay, I'll rent it in the morning and have my birthday party then. That way I get it for
Except-
$10
And then there
rather
would
than.
be an issue because
So
their
we're
morning
discovery,
club
yeah.
would pay one rate and then their evening club would pay another rate. and
Right.
Right.
You know, you
Still
you
not
just,
It
work.
doesn't solve it just
No.
doesn't solve the issue.
No.
it's
And
just-
we've gone over, we've changed fee structures in the last year anyway,
Mhm.
because of a lot of things, to try to make them more equitable for everybody.
Right, that's the thing I looked
really
at.
think we've done a good job.
Yeah,
I think
Besides
everything
for the-
is pretty
for the
well
summer-
buttoned
The
up.
summer part, you
Right.
really can't rent it out anyway because of the summer
Summer
discovery is going on in
discovery,
there every
yeah.
day anyway.
Yeah,
So you're only looking at winter months.
yeah.
yeah. So then you'd have to actually, a summer fee schedule, a winter fee schedule, a morning winter fee
It's
schedule, an
20
afternoon.
bucks.
So-
Like, it's
So, yeah,
not.
I think it logistically, it becomes a nightmare.
Yeah.
And they've got enough on their plate. So I think it's gonna have to stay where it is, unfortunately. So I'll call Terry and talk to him. But I wanted to bring it to you guys first to make sure we're all on the same page with us. Okay? Alrighty, let's move on. Any miscellaneous business tonight? Nothing. Alright. I need somebody to make a motion to accept the claims, including payroll.
I'll make that motion to.
That was first.
I'll
Do I have a
second it.
All those in favor of claims, including payroll, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, claims are good. All right, it's a pretty quiet public meeting tonight. Anybody? Nobody. Okay. All righty, then I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that a motion.
I got a first, do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.